Sananda, higher consciousness allows for advanced technology. I am Sananda, and I come to be with you at this time, at these high changing times of vibrational frequency, increasing everywhere. Those of you that do indeed have the eyes to see, the ears to hear, you are beginning more and more to know this, to see it happening. Your friends, your relatives, your acquaintances, whatever it might be. It is happening now, my friends. Vibration is increasing, consciousness is increasing. As you spoke in your discussion earlier, frequency is everywhere. Frequency is what is being used now, more and more, to bring about healing in the body. If you think about it, why do you think various people throughout the planet, those that you might call the cabal, the elite, the forces of darkness, why have they not used the technology that they had available to them? Or if they did use that technology, why did it not heal them? Why did it not resurrect their bodies and make them younger again, rejuvenate their bodies? Why did it not do that? It did not do that, and cannot do that, because they are at too low of a vibration for these frequency healings to occur. Even though many have tried, many have worked at this, but have not succeeded, because they are not of a high enough vibration. In order for these new technologies, these new frequency technologies to work, whatever the one that is working with these technologies must be at a higher vibration and a higher consciousness. Frequency attracts frequency. High frequency attracts high frequency, low frequency attracts low frequency and vibration. That is how it works. So as vibrational frequency continues to increase across the planet and ensuing consciousness as well, then that is why these new devices, new technologies are coming out more and more, because they are attracting those people that have the higher vibrations. This is simply one attracting the other, and everything is a process of attraction, always has been within this universe. Like attracts like. So know that in your daily activities, in your daily life, do everything that you can to continue to raise your vibration, whether it is doing a meditation such as you have just done, whether it is going out in nature and feeling the endorphins coming into your body because of that, or whether it is being with a beloved pet that you cannot help but be in a joyful emotional feeling. When you are petting that animal. When you are loving that animal and that animal is loving you back. When you are having positive thoughts, whatever they might be, perhaps of times in your life which were very joyful to you, whether it is being in a certain place that brings that joy to you by the water, in a forest, in the field of flowers, a high mountain top, whatever that is for you, or doing some joyful activity, whatever that might be, a creative activity, an exercise of activity, whatever it is that works for you. Do that more often. Do not find yourselves enclosed in a dark space when you can be out in the light of the sun. And yes, indeed, the ancients knew of the power, the healing power of the sun for thousands of years. Rise in the morning. See that beautiful sun rising. Stare at it for a moment, if you can, but just feel the rays of light, feel the energy coming from the sun, let it bathe you. This is what you need to do and work on more and more. And think about this for a moment. When I, as Yeshua, healed those various people that you have heard of, and indeed, it was not myself healing them, it was the power of the God force within me, moving through me and into them. But even that did not fully heal someone, unless they had the faith to go along with it. And what is faith? It is higher vibrational frequency, it is higher consciousness. And because they were in that higher vibrational frequency of faith, they were healed. But if they did not have the faith, if they were in a lower vibration, it did not work, or it did not hold for them. So think about that. It is all connected, my friends, my brothers, my sisters, is all connected. So again, go about each day moving forward, and do everything you too can, to raise your vibration, and hold it longer, and longer, and longer. You are hearing that from all of us that come through this one, James. You are hearing it from many different sources. They are all saying the same thing. Raise your vibration, hold it longer, and longer. and you will be amazed at not only the things and the people that you attract to yourself, but you will be amazed at how in those higher vibrational frequencies there can be no illness, there can be no diseases, there can be little or no pain, because you will not attract that pain to you. There will even not be accidents, because you will not attract those accidents to you. Think about that. Again, it is all connected. I leave you now in peace and love and oneness, and that you continue to be who you came here to be, and the promises that were made to you, and that you made to yourselves. The split within, ascending from the inside out. We've heard about the vibrational split for years now. It's often spoken about in collective terms, one person aligning to a higher timeline while another continues down a denser path. And yes, we are seeing this more and more in real time, watching worlds move further apart in subtle, and not so subtle ways. However, what is less discussed, and perhaps even more profound, is the split that occurs within. The center split is not about separating from others, but from parts of ourselves. The lower vibrational aspects that kept us looping in patterns, trauma responses, and subconscious reactivity are no longer compatible with where we are going. We are outgrowing them, and like anything, this outgrowing can feel both liberating and deeply uncomfortable. We may be experiencing bouts of incredible grief, and intense highs and lows. Often, this inner unraveling comes with a trigger. Something is said, an old fear is revived, and a pattern is replayed one more time. We react sometimes outwardly, but always inwardly. The internal dialogue intensifies, and if we are willing to observe, we begin to hear and see it clearly, the defense mechanisms, the outdated beliefs, the walls carefully constructed to keep us safe, and the pain at bay. It becomes apparent that so much of what we built around our pain has also hidden our magnificence. And now, those cards are falling. One by one. We are being revealed. Exposed not just in our wounds, but in our light. The old architecture that held us together is crumbling. And in its place, something more authentic is emerging. It's tender. It's sacred. It's you. At times, it feels fragile, and in other moments it embodies the strength and ferocity of a lion. The split the ancients foresaw is ripping through every layer of being. We are peeling off masks, outdated identities, and protections we no longer need. The old versions of ourselves may put up a fight, or they may leave quickly, and others, yet we may cling to them out of habit or fear. However, as we rise in frequency, they cannot accompany us. We either let them go, or we allow them to stagnate our growth. The parts of us that accepted less, that played small or acted as martyrs, that expected perfection from ourselves or others, that hid ourselves away, that sabotaged, etc. These parts are leaving. You know which aspects must go. You can feel what is no longer in resonance. Recently, a friend shared that she was going through her storage unit in preparation for a move. She was feeling silly because she was so emotional. On the surface, it was a simple task, deciding what to keep and what to let go of. But beneath that was a sacred sorting. She was choosing what parts of her story still belonged in her present. What still held meaning and future purpose, and what was simply an echo of who she was. Some things had monetary value, but they no longer matched her frequency, her path, so they too have to go. Many of us have been decluttering, redecorating, and shifting our space. That physical sorting process is the perfect metaphor for what we are doing now, except we're also doing it internally. In quiet moments. In dreams. In the space between breaths. We are asking, does this thought, trait, or behavior support the soul I'm becoming, or is it a relic of who I've been? This is what the split is. We are shifting ourselves, every cell, every aspect, consistently choosing our highest path. While it is not easy, it is not something to fear, but to honor. Not the end of who we are, but rather it is the birth of our authentic selves. Sending you all so much love. Jen. Life Tapestry Creations includes your physical being. Dear owns. You probably want to do and be everything. Even though this is a time of experimentation, you must also allow time for rest and preparation. You do not need to explore everything in one day or week. Allow yourself some rest throughout this exciting phase. If you reviewed the items that interested you in the past few days, you would realize they were probably too much for your physical being. You have likely not yet found your niche, because you are in an exploratory stage. But if you feel exhausted or overwhelmed, this exploratory stage dominates your being. Even though you are a new being with all the excitement of early childhood, your physical body remains that of an adult human, with inherent limitations. Rest and food dominate your physical needs, which will be true throughout this lifetime. Flipping from activity to activity may be your dominant element, but your physical body also requires caretaking. Those of you exhausted beyond belief, rest. Those who find still more to explore in joy and wonderment without exhaustion, continue to flit as much as you like. This new world and your new being are not going anywhere. There is time to explore and create. Even though the world is opening to you, your explorations will be limited unless you honor your physicality. Perhaps not today, because you feel you can explore just one more interest area, even though you have difficulties keeping your eyes open. Rest and explore, and you will be exhilarated with the possibilities. Explore without the rest required of your physical being within the next few days or months, and you will find yourself reverting to many of the 3D habits you work so diligently to eradicate. It is time to listen to not only that part of your inner being that finds this and this exciting, but also the limitations of your physical being. Think of yourself as a 2-year-old without nap, an active day, and a late bedtime. Whatever is exciting you to the point you cannot or will not rest, will be there tomorrow or the day after. With rest, you will have greater discernment and more interest than is possible if you are exhausted. Everything will still be available after you rest a bit. This need to rest is part of self-love. Even though the universes have opened to you in ways you cannot imagine, your Earth's physicality must be honored. It is the ultimate self-love. A love that celebrates the interests and needs of your inner being and your physical requirements. Instead of denying your physical needs with thoughts of weakness, or not being a completely new being, it is time to acknowledge your physical, emotional, and spiritual needs. The physical difference between you and a 2-year-old is that someone tells the 2-year-old it is time for food or rest. You need to monitor yourself now, because no one else will. You are free to flit from one activity to another, and nurture your physical being as much or as little as you like. But you will have less interest or energy if you ignore your physical needs. You are a complete self-love package. You cannot ignore one part and easily expand another, as you often did in 3D. You are a self-love being, moving to a different cadence than ever before. Flit and rest when you wish. The difference is that flitting is unlimited, your physical being is not. So be it. Amen. Sending love to all. Beloved ones. As we traverse this transformational year, many of you may feel like you are being reborn into a new person, leaving behind everything that was once familiar and known to you, for this is a year like never before in our planetary ascension trajectory. A year in which many of us will experience loss, for in this world of duality, we need to lose to gain. Many of you will lose old aspects of yourself, lives, relationships, and with them, your entire sense of self, who you used to be, and what you thought your life was going to be. Remain in your heart. Remain in the love that you are. Remain calm, knowing this, too, shall pass. You are not losing yourself, you are retrieving who you are, for you have forgotten it, as you chose to cross the many universes you did to come to this earth. You have not lost, you have won yourself, for in all you have lost, you have gained wisdom, personal power, self-love, and compassion, for now you know what suffering means, and empathize with those who too are passing through their initiations. Now, you know what loss feels like because you, too, know what joy means, and that is the greatest of our lessons as humans, to integrate both, for we are both, for we are all. During this time of great transformation, many of you may focus only on what you are losing. Refocus, retrieve your soul fragments, become whole, and choose to remember, for you are not all that happens to you, but the wisdom you keep from all that happens to you and how you choose to put it into practice to assist others. As my new guide shared when this year began, nothing is given to us that we cannot overcome, as the greater the initiation, the greater the challenge. Now more than ever, we know we have the choice to continue suffering, or moving forward to where we belong, to where we can be of help, to where we feel fulfilled, loved and valued, for we are immensely appreciated within creation, although not often by our own selves, and that is what all we consider negative is testing us to learn how to recognize the love that we are, in ourselves and in others. As it is only by experiencing who we are not that we can remember who we truly are again. To those of you who are passing through profound initiations this year, know you are not alone or forgotten. We remember, we feel you, and we accompany you on your path, for we are all one. May you remember your strength, wisdom, and power as you navigate through change, beloveds. With an infinite love. Natalia, Alba, source, arrayofflight.com. The other videos are in the English video playlist. Help me spread the light, click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.